Okay, thank you so much, David. Thank you so much, Vladimir, for the extensive presentation. I see that we got a couple of questions which maybe could be useful to be addressed together. Maybe there can be questions for both for Vladimir and Stefan if you want to join for the discussion. First point is, which is the reason behind the postponement of the Italian joining SIDC in 2Q1 2021? This is relevant because obviously this is also an impact on the CRIDAs, the complementary regional intraday options on the Italian northern border. And it is also requested if there is a chance, which would be welcomed by market participants, to have a webinar prior to the go live to have a clear view of the way forward. So Vladimir, Stefano, if you can.
I can take up this point.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Yes, very well, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I mean, the planned go live for the third go live wave was on Q4 2020, but the French parties declared that they had trouble in performing the tests as foreseen by the plan. So that was the reason why the go live was postponed to Q1 2021. We had the assurance that this new go live window is feasible with the needs of the French parties, so we do not expect any further delay in that respect. Also regarding the LEAP 14, of course, we are linked with this problem, and we do expect that the timeline could be respected, and Q1 2021 should be met as deadline.
Okay.
If I may comment on it, because there was a second part of the question. So with regard to activities which are important for market participants, we foresee that we will have similar approach as during the second wave, which implies having a pre-launch event to explain the actual steps that we will have at the time. We also expect that there will be session to try the trading as we did in the previous waves. So in principle, we will follow the same scenario. This is something which is under clarification. We are fine-tuning the process. There is still sufficient time to improve that and to discuss all the details, but the market participants will be informed in due time on all the activities which are somehow linked to.
Okay. There is a further question which I think is quite related, probably has been already replied, starting from the acknowledgement of the delay to Q1 2021 of the third wave. It is requested if the mentioning of the issues on the French border, which could jeopardize the third wave, is an issue. So I would take this question as meaning if there is a risk that the issues on the French border, which already delayed to Q1 2021, the go live can be further triggering other delays. But I think, Stefano, you already addressed this point.
Yeah, I mean, French parties are well aware of the risk, but they are fully committed. They declare they are fully committed to respect the new timeline. So we do not expect any further delay in that respect.
Okay, I see a further question. More on now we're talking about products. Which combination of the cross-product matching in intraday do you envisage? Meaning, will blocks stay in a separate order book or not?
So I think I can react to this one. So specifically talking about the blocks, we want to, during the proof of concept or this analytical exercise with Deutsche Börse, assess the option that the blocks will be part of cross-product matching, so they would not stay in a separate order book. But this is just to assess this option, and we need to see, for example, what will be the performance or other impact to the system, and we still might decide based on this assessment if we will exclude this option or introduce some limitations.
Okay, thank you. I see a further question always on products. This is the interesting part, it seems. Does the product extension without cross-product matching means a separation of the share of the books, for example, in Belgium, one with 30 means products and the other one with 15 means products?
Yeah, well, so I would, Vladimir, if you want to react, or?
Yeah, I can react, and then you can complement it. So the current implementation is that these products are somehow traded in parallel. So there is one matching which is executed for 15-minute product, one matching for 30 minutes product, one matching for hourly product. So of course, if we would not do anything in the system, it may somehow impact the liquidity. There may be an adverse impact on the market, and therefore we somehow put a strong focus on cross matching. This second point is, if you introduce 15 minutes trading in one area, if this area is connected to another area where such a trading has been already introduced, it may be different or may have different impact if you compare it with the situation if it's only introduced in one separated area. And David, if you can complement.
Oh, I think that you covered that completely well. So, as said, of course, as long as there is no cross-product matching, you can trade the relevant products just separately when it comes to cross-border, for sure. So yeah, that's that.
Okay. There is another question, quite technical, which I would like to create on a general level. It could be a good occasion to clarify some aspect of the operation of SIDC. One party is requesting, if I'm getting right the question, why, at least the NEMOs in its own experience, show in case of bid index matched only those where one tie is did through by the NEMO. And if there is any way to improve, because this is reducing the transparency and the visibility. I think this is inherent to the way SIDC works, but I don't know if Vladimir or Stefano, you will go ahead.
I will try to, depends if I understand the question well. So the concern is that if there is cross trade, then the NEMO is showing only one leg of this trade, if I get it well, and if this can be improved in the future. So I think the situation reflects somehow the architecture of the system. So we need to somehow understand that each NEMO is kind of owner of the orders which were submitted into their system. So if we have a trade which has two legs, two orders, and the other leg belongs to other NEMO, simply it cannot be somehow handed over to other ones, because there are many technical, but not just technical, but also other aspects which needs to be reflected. So if you are connected to one NEMO, you can receive the information which is available to that NEMOs, but you cannot go beyond. Of course, there are price signals which goes to everyone. There is order book that which is provided to everyone depending on the zone where you are trading. But the order as such was submitted in the specific zone, and if the other order which created the trade is coming from different NEMOs from different zone, then there are certain limits.
Okay, thank you, Vladimir. Another question, more related to the general market design. If it is envisioned any extension of the SIDC window closer to the real time, for example, 30 minutes before delivery, if there is any consideration for such a thing in the future, in the near future.
Yeah, I can react and then let Vladimir or David to integrate. The main problem in extended trading up to 30 minutes is the needs of TSOs that in the case they have to manage all the activities very close to real time. So it is not, let's say, a NEMO's problems in extending the trading, rather a need of TSOs that would like to have enough time to be able to properly manage all the activities before the real time. So the question is on the table, but we didn't start in discussing this topic because we have other priorities, and it should be very difficult to accommodate all the needs of TSOs at this point in time.
So, Jean-Versay speaking, this is also closely linked to the capacity calculation and the security assessment regarding the cross-border trading and the pan-European system security. So it is agreed that so the time for trading at intraday stops for the cross-border aspect 1 hour before real time, and so as far as I know, there is no foreseen in the next future on that timeline.